the SEC's updated ruling on advertisements and testimonials has officially hit the Federal Register, which is setting in motion a May 4th effective date. So with that being said, so many people now want to know, how do I start preparing to use testimonials on my website or in other marketing, and what can I do to get them? Today, I'm going to start by teaching you a little bit more about Google reviews, because that's the easiest place for most people to start, and it's also going to be the most effective. I'm Samantha Russell, Chief Evangelist at FMG Suite and 20/10. And before we talk about how you can get more Google reviews, let's talk about why we're starting with them, why it's so important. So the first thing to think about is that Google reviews actually help your search engine optimization of your website. And the reason that this is true is because if you think about Google and what their role is, it's to provide all of us with the best possible search results they can. So if you're searching for a restaurant or a plumber or a contractor or a financial advisor, Google would like to show you results that are verified and legitimate businesses, and optimally businesses that other people have had a good experience working with, right? So Google reviews allow them to do that. So for local search especially, having Google reviews can positively impact your search engine rankings. The second reason we're focusing on Google reviews is because of what we call social proof. So if you think again about the average consumer or investor, and they want to start engaging with a new financial advisor, they're going to maybe hand over their life savings to this person, right? Think about how impactful it is to have what we call social proof, to go and Google that person or that business's name and see objective third-party reviews from other people who've worked with that person. It's incredibly, incredibly powerful, and it does so much positive, it has so much positive impact for your business. So we're going to start with Google reviews. Now, the first thing to make sure that you do in order to start getting Google reviews is to make sure that you've set up and optimized your Google My Business page. So that's what it's called, Google My Business. So you can make sure that you have your page both claimed, and then you also will want to optimize it. And by optimize it, I mean things like make sure you have photos, make sure your hours of operation, your phone number are all accurate and up to date. There's other ways you can optimize it, and we will link to the full post on how to do that below. If you have any questions, certainly drop us a comment on the video and we'll be sure to help answer it. So once you've got your Google My Business account set up and optimized and you're ready to start collecting reviews, here's a few things you can do. Number one, add a link right in the footer of your email signature asking people to go and leave you a Google review. It will always be there. It will remind people, and if they have a great experience, hopefully they'll go ahead and click it. Number two, a great thing to do is to actually send an email out, right? So you can send an email to all of your customers inviting them to leave you a review. This, again, is going to be proactive in collecting these reviews. And I know one of the things that historically has been so hard for financial advisory firms is that getting a referral is one of the best ways to grow your business. But enticing people to want to give out those referrals can be hard unless, a friend or a family member goes and asks your client, who do you recommend? And then, of course, they'll say you. In a lot of cases, they're not proactively just singing your praises. It's going to be the exact same thing with reviews. People aren't going to wake up in the morning and think, I should go leave a review for, John Smith. He's such a great advisor. But if you ask them for it, they most likely will say yes if they've had a great experience. So being proactive about asking is really important. Now, there are some caveats. We did a whole entire webinar with Max Schatzo of Stark & Stark. He's an RAA compliance attorney, and he did mention that one of the things you want to make sure that you do if you're proactively asking for reviews is making it so that it is obvious if you have an audit done that you've asked every client for a review. You're not cherry picking just the positive reviews. So if you are going to send an email out, make sure that you email everybody and that you have archived records of that in case of an audit. Another thing you can do is include a Google review request in the footer of your website. So somebody's on your website, maybe they're checking into their client portal, they're reading your latest blog post, they scroll down, and at the bottom in your sitemap, you can have a link to be reviewed on Google. So those are just some of the strategies that you can try in order to get more Google reviews. Hopefully you'll find this helpful. If you have any questions about Google reviews, how to get more, how to optimize your Google My Business page or set it up, please leave a question in the comment box below and we'll be happy to answer them. And we'll see you next week for another quick marketing tip video.